having a family member that's coming up on a year in recovery can be an amazing thing. We often will look at that person and be super proud of them and think that all of our problems have magically gone away when someone gets, a year in recovery. They're doing well, their life seems to be going good. And all we can see is we're super proud. And yet, around this time, a lot of what you may also experience is someone that is feeling very scared and insecure, as proud as they are of themselves. And I can tell you, because I was super proud of myself for coming up on, my 1 year in recovery and stuff. So I was proud of it, but I was also terrified because I had come up with all of these expectations around this time about, what was it going to be to have a year clean. Whenever I think of someone having like a year in recovery, I envision them, having their life put together, everything's going really well. Because to someone that's so new in recovery, someone with, a whole damn year in recovery is like, wow. And it is a wow. And when we get there, we're like, dude, I kind of feel weird. Like, I don't deserve this because I don't feel like I thought I was going to feel. Like, I am not this put together person that I thought I was going to be. I am not, this person that I feel like everybody else wants me to be. I'm still just me, and I'm still just struggling. And it's those kinds of expectations that can, I guess maybe around that time we get a little weird. And for some family members that are witnessing it, they may even witness, oh, this person is a little bit more moody. This person is a little bit lashing out. And we can start looking at them as like they have red flags. Well, there's red flags. Like, why are they acting like this? Something has changed. And whereas, yes, sometimes that pressure can lead into a relapse if they're not taking care of themselves, oftentimes it's a perfectly normal part of the process. And it can be overwhelming to come up on this time because of those like expectations that we put on ourselves that we're not meeting. And so that can create a lot of insecurity in us. And then we do get grumpy and we do get insecure and we do question ourselves. We question if we're going to be able to do this or not. We also can see that other people are proud of us. And it's like, I want to be proud of me, but I'm also really scared to disappoint you. And if I'm going to disappoint someone, I want to do it on my terms. And so we self sabotage. We often self sabotage ourselves through that mentality of going, well, I don't want to disappoint you unless it's on my terms. And then I know it's coming and I can control that, and it's a weird place to be. There's a lot that happens when someone comes up on these milestones. For me, it happened the first like 4 or 5 years that I came to these year-long milestones in terms of like having that amount of time clean. Every time I was coming up on these years of recovery, I was going through that uncomfortability of feeling like I had all these expectations. I'm not where I thought I was going to be. I don't feel like I thought I was going to feel when this came up, and the pressure and all of this is like, what does it all mean? And I had a tendency to get a little like that month long before the things. So mine is in April. So in March, all of March, I would be grumpy. I would be insecure. I would be very like emotional, lashing out at people because I didn't know how to handle what was going on. Because honestly, I didn't know what was going on. It took me that long to figure out what was going on. Once I started to be able to figure out, because I had enough practice of coming up to that month before my, year-long milestones, then I was able to actually work through it better, and that stopped happening. I could actually really embrace the moment and be proud and understand that I was where I was supposed to be and I was doing all the things I was supposed to be doing and I was really proud. I could focus on the accomplishments of what I had done, not on what I had thought I was going to do at that time, and so that is just to be mindful if you're a family member and you're witnessing it. I'm not saying that it can't lead into a relapse, but I am also saying that if you start seeing some shifts around these times, that it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's actually a perfectly normal thing. And what you can do as a family member is even acknowledge it because they don't know what's going on. And so maybe you can even say something like, "Hey, I have heard that oftentimes this is what happens the month before your milestones get here is you may be feeling this way, and I just want to let you know that I'm here to support you. I'm not here to add any pressure onto you, and I want you to know I am proud of you, and you should be proud of yourself too, because I'm super proud of all of the things that you have accomplished in this year and that you are exactly where you're supposed to be." And just remind them of that stuff can be very helpful in allowing them the freedom to start realizing what is really going on with them, and that you are proud of them, but that they can work through those expectations that they've put on themselves. They can handle it, and that they're going to be okay, and that this is a perfectly normal part of the process, because to them they don't know what's happening, and to have someone acknowledge it can actually help them tremendously. So anyway, if you do notice them acting a little weird a month before their little milestones, it's not necessarily something to get too concerned about, and to just be able to be there for them. So I hope this was helpful. And if you want to know more about like how to deal with your loved one in addiction and in recovery even, then you can go check out my website. Go to www.maniliconsulting.com. I have a lot of really cool free resources up there, as well as you can find a link to my podcast that does a lot of interviews with other recovering people so that you can get a lot of knowledge. It's the Unbreakable Boundaries podcast. It's really awesome. I've had a really awesome time like exploring other people's journeys, and you can get a lot of cool information just from hearing what other people have gone through as well. So I invite you to go listen to that, and really that's it. I hope you have a great day.